In today's episode, let's check out Nirmalaya's sandal incense. Namaste everyone and welcome to Om Incense Show with DJ, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. Before we go ahead, just a gentle reminder of this Meri Pratham Sanskrit Pustika, a Sanskrit alphabet book for kids, link in description. So in these kind of episodes, we first check out the packaging of the incense, then we check out the fragrance of it, then we talk a little about the incense world, and then we have a quiz, so you might want to stay here till the end. So today again I bring to Nirmalaya incense, and we have this incense sticks, the dhoop sticks, and we have it again in the pyramidal box, the triangular pyramidal box that we had seen earlier. So this is what we have. It says Nirmalaya fragrances on top, it's like that. Then on the other side it says sandalwood dhoop sticks made from flowers. So this is what. Then on the other two sides we have nothing, and on the base of it again we have, it says Nirmalaya, meaning pure, and it says the same thing, Nirmalaya made from flowers. With Nirmalaya you add to the livelihood of the woman who are dedicatedly preparing these incense sticks. With Nirmalaya you protect the holy rivers from being polluted. With Nirmalaya you get CSIR certified organic products. With Nirmalaya you take home a little fragrance of purity. And then they have given the directions of use, and then they have the same three logos which says Nirmalaya made from flowers, toxic free, 100% natural, certified, handmade, made in India with love. And then it says based on technology from CSIR SciMap, and manufacturing again is September 21. There are 20 dhoop sticks in this, and this also is for 150 rupees, but I think I got it for around 135 or so something. It was on a discounted rate. You know, you can find it when you visit the website. So that's what we have, and it says free 1-piece Havan cup with this set. So this is the Havan cup that we got. Now, like the incense, like the Mukhallat incense box, this also opens up like that. We have a pack of dhoop sticks, and we have a cone holder. I mean, we have a dhoop holder. So, and this comes again in plain plastic pouch. So 20 of these dhoop sticks. Let's check out. So this is the dhoop stick that we have. You see that, and it's almost the size of my palm. That's how big it is, and it's a nice little thin thing. You see that? That's the size of it. It's as long as my index finger. That's the size of it. Now let's slide this up and check out the fragrance. The cold incense smells like pan to me. That the pan, that meetha pan that we have, that sweet pan. So it is that sweet greenish kind of fragrance, very herbaceous. So let's check this out. Let's light up the incense and check out the fragrance of it. That sweet smell is still there. I like the sweet smell. I really can't smell any sandal anywhere. That's a very, very, very faint hint of it somewhere. Like the rose incense also, it had a very faint hint to it. So if you have to smell this somewhere, you would not be able to make out that this is a sandal fragrance. But this has a nice sweet kind of incensey fragrance to it. That's a normal sweet incense fragrance. When it has been lit up for a while, then probably you will start to get the fragrance of sandal in this. So that fragrance of sandal is something that grows. It's not something that you get in the initial whiff itself. But that sweetness is there, the sweetness of incense, and that a little bit of that greenish fragrance also is there. if you've ever had sweet pan, you would know what I'm talking about. That it's that very typical pan, that sweet pan fragrance. I know, with this weird sense of smell. So that's the kind of fragrance you have. When the incense has been lit up for a while, you would get that very, very faint sandal fragrance. So that sandal fragrance is not quite pronounced. It's like the same that they had in their rose fragrance. But if you like that kind of fragrance where, you know, it's very, very faint sandal fragrance, and but the overall feel is that of a very sweet incense, which is a little herbaceous, a little green in fragrance, and when it has been lit up for a while, you start to get that sandal fragrance, a little whiff of it. So then, you know, this is that kind of fragrance. So if you like that kind of fragrance, you would like this. So that is Nirmalaya Sandal Dhoop Sticks. In my last quiz, I'd asked what is Canarium strictum, and the answer is dhoop. The Indian dhoop tree, the normal Indian dhoop tree, is called Canarium strictum. In ancient India, the recipe of dhoop used to be as secretive as that of kifi or any other ancient incense, and just like kifi, the ancient Indian incense was also made by the priests alone, and they did it while chanting hymns, while chanting mantras, shlokas and stotras and various things. And the mantras or the shlokas used to be dedicated to the god or the goddess to whom the incense was to be offered. So all the hymns or the mantras that they chanted used to be quite specific. And the process of making dhoop was very, very tedious. It used to go on for, say, 24 hours, and I'm sure it would not be humanly possible to sit there pounding the incense for 24 hours at a stretch. So I'm sure the priests took turns to make the incense. The usual process was mixing the ingredients and pounding them together with a little bit of ghee or gingelly oil or sesame oil as it's known today. The incense ingredients along with honey or any other sweetener like sugar or mishri used to be mixed there, and it used to be continuously pounded for 24 hours at a stretch, and then people would get the dhoop. And that's how we would get the best of the dhoops that the ancient India produced, that the people of the ancient world loved so much, and it was one of our main ingredients on the incense route, the silk route. And even then, it used to be, the knowledge of the incense formulation was quite a secret thing, and people used it mostly for sacred purposes. Though the kings and the maharajas had specific dhoops that were made for them for the various rituals that they did in their daily life. So, for bath it used to be different, for sleeping time it used to be different, for the time of lovemaking it was different, and the knowledge of dhoop and the secret formulations that it had is spread across the various Puranas, the Vedas that we have, and there are quite a few incense formulations or the dhoop formulations also mentioned in Kam Sutra, Anangrang and other erotic texts. So dhoop was made for all the purposes, and people really enjoyed dhoop in its entirety. The roots of the tree were used, and it had both the wood, the base and the glue to it. So the black glue that used to be held inside the wooden part of the roots used to be used as the glue, and the wooden outer cover of the roots were used as the wooden part of it. So, and that's how the dhoop root used to be used. So that was Canarium strictum or dhoop, the dhoop tree that we have, which is spread across the Western Ghats, parts of Maharashtra, Karnataka and a few southern states. So that's where we get dhoop, and that's Canarium strictum. Now the quiz for today is, which part of patchouli is used in the patchouli incense? That's the quiz for today. So I hope you learned something from today's episode and enjoyed it. If you did, and if you think somebody can learn something from it too, share it with them. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Check out the description for the link of this incense, the book and other products. And till we meet again next, take very good care of yourself. Namaste.